President Trump has received 2 experimental drugs since he was admitted. Yesterday, he was given a single dose of a drug Regeneron Pharmaceuticals is testing to supply antibodies to help his immune system.
And here to talk with us more about the president's drug treatment is Assistant Professor of Anesthesiology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Dr. William Hartman. He's also leading 3 COVID-19 clinical trials at the university. One of them uses the same drug regimen the president was given. So we do thank you for joining us this evening, Dr. Hartman. First, can you explain why it's called an antibody cocktail?
Sure. It's called an antibody cocktail because there's 2 antibodies actually that are in this solution that is given as an infusion to the patient, in this case, the president. So the antibodies were processed and formulated in 2 different ways. One, they looked at the antibodies that were in convalescent plasma and looked for the best one, the one that attacked the virus the best. They also have a mouse model that has like a human immune system, and they were able to identify another antibody that also attacked the virus extremely well. They put these 2 antibodies together into this solution that they call a cocktail that gets infused into the patient.
So as a doctor and an expert in the field, what does it say to you that the president was given this experimental treatment through compassionate use?
So I think that it's exciting that they used it in this way. Just this week, the results of the first 275 patients who've been treated with this were released, and they showed that there was a decrease in viral load and a decrease in the time to alleviation of symptoms. And so because of these, and because it was well tolerated and seemingly safe, everyone thought that this would be an appropriate treatment. It's not ready for an EUA at this point, so it does have to be administered through compassionate use, as it was in this situation. But it seems and it looks very much like a very effective, very good treatment. And so I'm excited that it was used in this way.
Well, and Dr. Hartman, kind of to piggyback off that a little bit, I know it's administered as compassionate use, but we know that those clinical trials began in mid-June. I think some Americans hear this and they worry, is it safe to be administered only 3.5 months later?
And I think that that's a great point and a very good question. These medicines have all been treated in animals first. And so we're able to see, what are the effects that happened in animals before they go to human trials. All in all, about 2,000 people have been enrolled in these trials across the country. So we have some adequate signals as to this being a very safe regimen to use. It is experimental. And so we don't know everything about it. We don't know everything that's going to happen. But it was felt that this was safe enough and effective enough to at least try to help the president with his symptoms.
So, doctor, if the president was just taken to the hospital as a precautionary measure and he was experiencing mild symptoms, why was the First Lady also not given the same drug cocktail?
Well, I don't know. I'm not treating the First Lady or the President, and so I don't know if she was or wasn't given the cocktail. I'm assuming that she was not, but I don't know their reasoning behind treating one or the other. The only thing is that she is considerably younger than the President. The President being a male, being 74 years old, and kind of on that low end of the obesity scale. Those 3 things are enough of a risk factors that he would probably be treated a little bit differently because he's at risk of developing severe disease.
All right, Dr. Hartman, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We appreciate having you.
Thank you.